About Eddie Murphy and a word about words. If you were to ask any of my closest friends over the course of my lifetime if they ever heard me speak a so-called four-letter word, you know what that means, they would all tell you never, because I've never used a four-letter word. Never. I view that kind of language as what I call verbal violence. It's one thing to punch somebody in the nose. It's another thing to call them some terrible name designed to wound them, belittle them in some way. I just don't do it. I used to think it was unattractive to see women smoking cigarettes. I particularly find it unattractive when women use four-letter words. And if you go on social media, you will see that almost all of them can't get through a sentence without using the F word. I don't think it elevates human connection, friendship. I think it's bad stuff. With one exception. I love the humor of Eddie Murphy. And if you go on YouTube, if you're an adult, and just Google a film that was done called Raw, where they just videotaped one of his performances in Hollywood. It is laced with obscenities. It is laced with the language I would never consider using. And it's funny as hell. He uses it in a way that I forget about the fact that he's using it. Richie Pryor, I think, had a way of doing that as well. And certainly George Carlin. Maybe it's not my aversion to the words, but the context in which they're used. How do you feel about that subject?